We all considered equal, ma gente, unidos, jamás serán vencidos. We marching, our voices must be heard. We struggle together, and justice must be served. We ancient enemy, why have these color lines? We give America our blood and sweat and precious time.
Molly, talk to me about your group, talk to me about your agenda, and tell me what happened at the baseball meetings this week.
No, I'm from the Minnesota Immigrant Rights Action Committee and the Boycott Arizona Minnesota campaign. And together with MoveTheGame.org, we delivered a 110,000 signature petition, or we were trying to deliver a 110,000 signature petition to Bud Selig because he was in Minneapolis for the annual owners meeting on Wednesday. And the petition was to have the 2011 All-Star Game moved out of Arizona because of what I believe is a racist and anti-immigrant law, SB1070. And now, look, I love baseball. I just went to a game last night to celebrate my birthday, and I grew up with Kirby Puckett as one of my heroes, but that's exactly why I want the All-Star Game moved, because of SB1070 and because of the issues it causes. I want baseball to continue to be American pastime, and the precedent that Arizona is setting is not one that I want set for my country.
Do you understand, or do you agree with my premise, that illegal immigration in this country is a huge issue? It is a big-time problem, and one that has to be addressed.
Immigration in this country does need to be addressed. We do agree that the solution is to have a real solution and not one that fuels fear and hate, because that's exactly what's happening with SB 1070.
How is SB 1070 causing hate, in your opinion?
I think it causes a lot of fear, because with SB 1070, local law enforcement can act as immigration and ICE agents, and that leads to racial profiling. So anybody who's walking down the street who looks like they may be someone from another country, especially those who are Latino, can get stopped and checked for papers for absolutely no reason.
Not true. A cop in Arizona, Minneapolis, or this new law proposed in Florida, which is very similar legislation, nobody in that state or anywhere in this country can stop you and say, show me your papers. SB 1070 specifically prohibits that action. You have to have probable cause. You can't see a Mexican guy riding his bike in Arizona and say, hey, let's stop him and ask him for papers, can you?
But it happens, and it's the truth, because people have been deported for exactly that reason. Whether or not law enforcement is supposed to do it, it happens all the time, and it happens because laws like this are passed and because states and the country and local governments aren't coming out and making that not okay.
Molly Glasgow's on the Monty Show. She was part of the protest at the Major League Baseball meetings in Minneapolis, and you actually were arrested there.
I was, yes.
And what do you believe? What do you believe you achieved there?
Well, I'm not going to kid myself and think that my night and the nights of my fellow protesters in jail are going to greatly impact the system. But I do believe in the movement and in the strong organizers in our communities, and so I hope to use our story to further the fight for immigrant rights. Because the 12 hours that I spent in custody is nothing compared to the years of separation that families face when a loved one's deported.
Do you believe you have a chance of moving that All-Star Game?
I believe there's a chance. It was done. Super Bowl 27 in 1993 was moved from Arizona because they wouldn't recognize Martin Luther King Day. And so it's happened before. There's a history with this.
But again, and I ask you straight up, Molly Glasgow is who I'm speaking with from the Minnesota Immigration Rights Action Committee. Molly, I think Bud Selig is very clearly on the record here saying that he's not going to move the game. He's not going to read this petition. He's not going to take any action here. Are you guys prepared to do something if he does not do that?
We are going to keep fighting because, even Bud has said that he believes in social responsibility. And we believe that this issue is one that negatively affects players and fans and their families. The MLB has 25% of their players, or just about 25% of their players are Latino, and that's opening up them and their families to this racial profiling. So we're going to keep fighting. We're going to keep, showing up at meetings that Bud's at, and so are other organizations around the country, and MoveTheGame.org is national. Mm-hmm. And the online petitions at MoveTheGame.org, if any of its fans out there do agree with me.
But that's just me. Molly, I appreciate your time. Thank you.
Have a good one.
All right, Molly Glasgow. You're one of the more rational people on this that I've talked to, so I do appreciate
There
that.
are a lot of rational people out there, so don't write us all off.